EA Sports coverage of the National Football League welcomes you to South America and one of the world's most populous cities, vibrant Sao Paulo in the southeast region of Brazil. Coming up, two teams ready to square up. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. On the Kansas City sideline, a familiar face, Andy Reid. Across from him, Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh. This guy's come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen set for the Friday opener. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. So here come the Chiefs, and that means the three-time Super Bowl MVP, twice the league MVP. Almost hard to believe, Greg, it's season 9 for Patrick Mahomes. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle is made at about the 43-yard line.
First down, Chiefs.
And I think this is something we're going to see a lot here tonight. The ability to use this run game to really set the tone coming out here for this offense.
He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he will score. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here come the Chargers, and it's year 6 and year 2 for Justin Herbert, Greg. It's year 2 with Jim Harbaugh, but the 6th season for the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season.
The first throw of the season is intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at the 23-yard line.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
The Chiefs offense going to take over now for the second time. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game, and pick up a fresh set of downs.
Ball at the 3, second down and goal. Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
But I think these guys are ready for week 1 to get started. I mean, we see teams kind of limp their way into the regular season, and they don't find their form until a couple weeks in. But they didn't play a ton in the preseason, but that's 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and let's all say, what the heck does the preseason even mean?
And Butker on for the extra point. No problem with the footing. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Darius Davis to return. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. Greg, this was one of the good turnarounds last year. Chargers 6 games better than a year before as Jim Harbaugh came in and started maybe a new era in Chargers football.
You know, doesn't it just seem like when there's these coaching changes, you kind of take a look at the roster, you take a look at the circumstances of the year prior that led to the previous coach being let go, and you say, how many wins are built in? You look at the quarterback, you look at the roster, and you say, if a big-time coach came in and just got them a little more organized, where are the built-in wins? And I'll tell you, the Chargers, that's exactly what we saw last year. Jim Harbaugh, he has a reputation of winning everywhere he goes at all levels of football, and it doesn't hurt that he's got his...
Oh, a loose football. And I think one of the Chargers was, yes, he was able to get his hands on it, and they retained possession. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
This returnable from inside his own 40. It's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. And he has been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we're going to see much more of him as this game goes on.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds. I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd and make it a fresh set of downs.
Finding space at the 15. And he's got another one. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Now Butker to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs looking terrific here out of the gate. Already up 21-0.
Chargers nothing.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. They'll return this from the 11. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to see what they can do. Greg, everyone looks forward to this Week 1 opener, but to have it so far away from home in Brazil, what kind of impact is that on the players as they get ready for the season?
I think on one hand, the NFL is such a routine, right? The guys all have their habits, they have their routines, they have kind of their weekly schedule leading up to game day, but I think because this is Week 1, Mike, and you can back into some of the travel, you can alter some of your training camp practices and whatnot leading up to the Week 1 opener. I actually think it's kind of cool. I love that the game's going global. I love that they're moving these games to different cities around the world. As we continue to see the interest in the NFL grow, I think we're going to continue to see games played outside of the United States. The players love it. The fans love it. I just think it's great for the entire brand of the NFL.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Shotgun now for Herbert. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. So after 1, it's the Chiefs on top. We'll have more from South America and beautiful Sao Paulo after this. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. This is taken at the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. On the sideline, the unmistakable Andy Reid as the Chiefs take the field once more. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Greg, you take a step back and look at the AFC West big picture. This is historic stuff. Chiefs are going for a 10th inside the 35. Score again. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. This is quickly turning into a virtuoso performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series. They've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown. And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run plays to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Makes the score, Chiefs 28, Chargers nothing. Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This taken around the 11. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. Now, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025 here?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati...
Oh, the ball's out. And no turnover here. Once the guard's able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. The ball comes out. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
Fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going on. That ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected. So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. He is having a performance to remember. There's 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. So it's a high five for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game. He draws ever near to the NFL record of 6. Here's Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs stretch out this lead even more. It is now 35-0.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. A return. Here comes Davis. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Chargers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime, each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more, and you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, but, you know, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival, so you won a coin toss, and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
He keeps it himself. And
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
He'll try to run for it. Well, 3rd and 19, no problem. They pick it up on 3rd and long.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Kansas City.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Yellow. Argaway.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Taking off. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. They get 24 on that one. Just like that, it's 1st and goal.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the 1st down, sets up 1st and goal.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Game number 2 is at the half. Only 270 more games to go in the regular season, and we will be here for all of them, including a full slate of Sunday games, so let's get into it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. In Philadelphia, the Eagles at home to take on the Cowboys in the NFC East. And this is Devontae Smith. He was absolutely electric. This, one of 3 touchdown grabs for him in the game. And as night falls on a fantastic first Sunday of football, a look here at the rest of the action on a hectic first day of the NFL's regular season. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. He fields it at the 8, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him. Jerry Tillery working his way in to register his first sack of the new season.
So many of these possessions start with negative plays on 1st down, and you're just going to hear every offensive coordinator stress. It is so important we don't fall behind the sticks, but when you just can't pass protect and give your quarterback time, this is going to continue to happen.
And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Herbert. Forced out left. He'll tuck it and take off. A gain there of 20. 1st down, L.A.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He'll swing this out to Hampton. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 7.
From the 34-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
34-yard line.
Now Herbert. He's got his tight end, Oranje gets in the second. To break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10.
That's another Chargers first down.
Now, Herbert. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
I can tell you from experience, Mike, that is going to be on his mind the rest of the week. It's one thing to drop a ball. That's going to happen every now and then. But when you do it, it takes away a touchdown, man. That stings. So we can talk short-term memory all we want. I can promise you, this guy, he's hoping to get another shot at it.
3rd and 2. Here we go.
3rd and 2.
On play action now. Herbert. And that is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Chargers are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. On the sideline, the unmistakable Andy Reid as the Chiefs take the field once more. And, Greg, they have had their way right from the start in this season opener. You get that sometimes. You don't know what week one's going to bring, but this is going to be awfully satisfying.
Well, there's no question. It gives such value to all the work that you did all offseason, all the way back at OTAs in the spring and then through the dog days of training camp. Everyone wants to start the season strong. You're 0-0. Everyone in the league has Super Bowl aspirations. Every fan base thinks it's their year. And then to come out and to deliver, especially on the offensive side of the ball, it's really the ideal way to set up the rest of your season and try to stay on track.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain.
And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara, players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. And that is 6 rushing touchdowns in the game, equaling the record set by Alvin Kamara on Christmas Day in 2020. You're watching one of the great individual performances in NFL history. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will add one more onto their big lead.
Chargers 3. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Chargers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough feeling.
Yeah, we've never spoken to a team before their week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over. Don't throw out all the hard work from the previous offseason. Stay the course, fix what went wrong, improve, and move on to week 2.
Now Herbert throwing on second down. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more of the NFL International Series after this. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Set.
Now Herbert again. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Chris Jones. He works his way in to record the 2nd sack of his young career.
This offense, they just can't establish any sort of rhythm. There's just no way to sustain any scoring drives when your quarterback is being pressured and sacked this often.
Returnable from the 17. And he's gonna score. He takes it back on the punt return. One play, 80 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. And now they are starting to pour it on here. All phases going at the punt return unit for yet another touchdown.
Some days, Mike, it's just your day, and that's what today is for this team. It just seems everything they're doing, everything they're calling is coming up right. The latest being that punt return to extend this lead. Wow, what a play.
49. Chargers 3.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Chargers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Herbert. He'll drop this one down to the fullback. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's Herbert.
27-yard line.
A throw on the move is caught. And up and down, just shy of the 40.
It's a gain of 11. And the Chargers first down.
On the give, here's Hampton. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the pickup.
On the zone read, here's Harris. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
And the Chargers.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. In trouble, and down he goes. Jerry Tillery starting the season with a bang. His 2nd sack in the season opener.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the 4th quarter.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. It is 3rd and long.
He was covered by Christian Fulton.
Throwing now is Herbert. That one broken up, It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down. And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And he'll give his guys a little bit more room to work with as he's able to get forward out beyond the 10-yard line. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. Finding room at the 35. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A huge run from Pacheco. And even 30 yards.
There's a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. A give here to Pacheco. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts. But this one is about done. Go to the line now on 2nd and 2. A run up the middle with Pacheco.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. 1st down, KC. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. And they get a small measure of revenge here, defeating the Eagles, this time in this Super Bowl rematch. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. A game to remember for the folks here in Brazil as we say so long from Sao Paulo.